Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Adena Springs, Bevins Motor Company, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, Gainesway, GLC 5500, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Lanes Inn, Malone's, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Sally Horse Vans, Tailor Made Farm, Turftown Properties, and Warrendale Sales.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate and Bradar filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring Grade 1 stakes action in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series from Woodbine, including a two-time winner of the Canadian International. We begin at Calder with the Grade 3 Spend a Buck handicap. Cash Rules, the 2-5 favorite. Bobby Newman picks up the call.
Cash Rules hasn't been asked, but he's getting closer from third, and he's only about 2 lengths away. Fair Wit is following him as they round the far turn, and now here comes Cash Rules. Cash Rules, Saez really has not moved a muscle on this favorite, and they breeze right on by the tired leaders. Duke is trying to put in a run from the back of the pack, and he's chasing the favorite as they come to the top of the stretch. Now Saez says go on Cash Rules. He's got a 2-length lead on Duke. These two have pulled away from the others. Cash Rules with a furlong to go. Duke dives down to the inside for his stretch run. He does have a chance. Cash Rules a little bit erratic and a little tired. Duke surging as they come down to the line. Cash Rules holding. Cash Rules wins it.
Odds on favorite Cash Rules takes it by 3/4 over Duke. The winner under high weight of 120 pounds in Luis Saez in 146-4. The first graded stakes victory for Cash Rules, who's recorded all 7 career wins at Calder, including 3 stakes victories over the track. The 5-year-old gelding by Peace Rules was bred in Florida by his owner, Larry Fugit, along with Marshall and Suzanne Novak. Trained by David Fox, Cash Rules has earned nearly $275,000. Cash Rules paid $2.80 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Woodbine for the Grade 3 Durham Cup. Delegation, the 6-5 favorite. Dan Lazelle has the call.
Delegation to the half-mile pole. Vertiformer on the outside, second now, a length behind. City Wolf is tucked in nicely in third, and Mobilizer is fourth. Alpha Better fifth and 3 lengths off the lead, and James Street is in sixth. Patrick Husbands takes a peek over his right shoulder and leads Delegation through an opening 3/4 of a mile in 1:15, and it's Delegation over to the quarter pole. Delegation by 2 lengths. City Wolf is put to a drive. Vertiformer is tailed off a bit. Alpha Better takes up the chase, and it's Delegation in the run to the 8th pole, and Emma Jane Wilson sits down City Wolf, who will try to reel in Delegation in the last 16th of a mile, but Delegation will have none of it. Wire to wire to win the Durham Cup.
Favored Delegation, the front-running winner by a length and a quarter over City Wolf. Patrick Husbands aboard the Keeneland sales graduate in 150-3. 3 for 3 over the Woodbine Polytrack, the Mark Casse trainee gets his first stakes victory. In his last start, he wired the field by 5 lengths and an optional claimer over the track. The 3-year-old gelding by Speightstown was bred in Kentucky by Tom and Elizabeth Baxter. A $150,000 2-year-old, Delegation has earned $250,000 for Gary Barber. The winner was consigned by Hillendale Sales Agency to the 2010 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was originally purchased by All In Sales for $62,000. Graded stakes winner Delegation, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. There's more racing coming up, but first, here's the order of races for the Breeders' Cup World Championships. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup coming up in this segment. We begin with 2-year-old fillies at Keeneland and the Grade 3 Jessamine Stakes. Always Kitten, the 5-2 favorite. Kurt Becker picks up the call.
Sunset Time leads it by a length and a half around the far turn. Summer of Fun moves up on the outside of Moonwalk, and those two trying to reel in the leader off the far turn. Oscar Party is 4th. Always Kitten is 5th out in the center of the course. He Done Me Wrong song is unleashing a rally down the far outside. Coming past the 8th pole, Summer of Fun has the lead. Sunset Time is there. Pure Front runs late down toward the inside along with Papa Scat. Deep stretch, Summer of Fun, a narrow lead. Kitten's Point running on late. Moonwalk is there fighting on toward the inside. Multiple horse photo for the win in the J.P. Morgan Chase Jessamine Stakes.
Let's take another look at that blanket finish. It's Summer of Fun briefly taking the lead in deep stretch, but the battles between Longshot Moonwalk and Corey Lannery and 7-2 second choice Kitten's Point and John Velasquez. And 36-1 Moonwalk gets up to take the photo by a nose over Kitten's Point. Summer of Fun saves third by a nose over Oscar Party. The Keeneland sales graduate clocked in 1:45 flat. A maiden winner at Ellis Park and third in the Kentucky Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf at Kentucky Downs. Moonwalk stretches out to 2 turns to earn an automatic berth in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. The filly by Malibu Moon was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Spendthrift Farm, LLC. Another Breeders' Cup prospect for trainer Dale Romans, Moonwalk has earned $122,000. Keeneland sales action is presented by Warrendale Sales. Come by the barn and inspect the Warrendale consignment at the upcoming Keeneland November sale. Next, the Grade 3 Hawthorne Derby. Leah, the 3-1 favorite. Peter Galassi picks up the call in a driving rainstorm.
Around the turn they go. Finale leads on the outside. All Stormy still right there battling on. Towards the inside, Film Shot. Francois now making a move on the outside. Then towards the inside, Eldest Snow picks up the leaders. They come off the turn and battle the rain. They race through the stretch. In between horses, Finale on the outside. Trying to come on is All Stormy towards the inside. Here's Film Shot. In between horses, 2 months rent from far back. Closing ground is Control Tower. They're in deep stretch. It's Film Shot on the outside. 2 months rent coming on. Here comes 2 months rent to win it.
20-1 Longshot, 2 months rent, gets up to defeat 10-1 Film Shot by a head, with the favorite Leah third. Jesus Castanon aboard the Keeneland sales graduate in 152-2. A closing third in the Grade 3 Kent Stakes in his latest. 2 months rent records his first stakes victory, the second graded stakes victory of the afternoon for trainer James Toner. The Gelding by Purim was bred in Kentucky by McCann and Associates and David Hager and was a $4,000 Keeneland January yearling. 2 months rent has earned $233,000 for AJ Suited Racing Stable. To Keeneland now for 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup. Stephanie's Kitten, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Kurt Becker.
Day at the Spa, clear with the lead, a length and a half to the good, onto the back stretch. Better Lucky second, a length and a half, and Center Court will go third by just ahead. Stephanie's Kitten fourth toward her inside, and then a gap of 2 more lengths, Treasured Up and Saboteur side by side. A gap of 2 more lengths back to Somali Lemonade, who's next to last, outward from the rail, and Tannery is last. Midpoint of the back stretch, 49 seconds, the time for the first half mile, and Day at the Spa shows the way. Javier Castellano checking back over his shoulders. He's a 3-length gap back to Better Lucky, who's second, a length and a half. Stephanie's Kitten is third, a half length. Center Court fourth up on the outside as they move on to the far turn. Saboteur with 5 lengths to make up. Likewise for Treasured Up, Somali Lemonade, and then Tannery at the back, just over a quarter mile out. Day at the Spa leading Better Lucky by 2 lengths off the far turn. Stephanie's Kitten toward the inside is third, and Center Court is fourth. Saboteur fifth. Somali Lemonade is sixth. Day at the Spa chased by Center Court, coming to the 8th pole. Day at the Spa maintains a 2.5 length lead. Center Court not giving up, but still second. Day at the Spa opening half mile in 49 seconds and just drawing clear to the line. Day at the Spa, Queen for a Day at Keeneland.
3-1 second choice Day at the Spa by Lanes and Stallions City Zip sets all the fractions to defeat Center Court by 2 lengths. Javier Castellano, the winning jockey, in 148-4. Day at the Spa has won 5 turf stakes in 5 starts this year, including the Grade 3 Appalachian Stakes during the spring meet. But despite her perfect record this season, the Chad Brown trainee is expected to pass on the Breeders' Cup in favor of the Grade 1 Matriarch Stakes. The New York bred filly was a $50,000 yearling. Day at the Spa has earned nearly $575,000 for Jerry and Ronald Frankel, Steve Lehman, and Bradley Thoroughbreds. Javier Castellano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. The Lanes and Stallion of the Week is City Zip, sire of Day at the Spa, one of the top turf stars in the country, who won the Grade 1 Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup last weekend at Keeneland. Day at the Spa seized control of the race right from the start to remain undefeated in her 5 starts, all stakes, this year. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 E.P. Taylor Stakes coming up in this segment. Turf action is presented by Donna Brancini of Turftown Properties, your farm real estate specialist. Check her website, Donna, at turftown.com for current listings. We begin with turf sprinters at Woodbine in the Grade 1 Nearctic Stakes. Big Band Sound, the 5-2 favorite. Dan Lizelle picks up the call.
They're 3/8 out in the Nearctic. Bear, Tough Tiger, and a Next Question. Super Chunky on the outside along with Arctic Fern, who's coming with a run, and they straighten away. They're at the quarter pole, and Arctic Fern comes on the outside. Next Question in the center. Bear, Tough Tigers toward the rail. Night Carnation is being roused. Fire Willie from off the pace along with Big Band Sound, and it's Next Question and Ramon Dominguez, a narrow lead, a 1/16 of a mile, and it's Next Question in front. Bear, Tough Tiger. Next Question streaks to the wire to win the Nearctic.
16-1 long shot. Next Question sets all the fractions to defeat Night Carnation by half a length. Ramon Dominguez aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 109-1. Next Question making his stakes debut off a 5-length victory in an optional claimer at Belmont Park. The Michael Trombetta trainee is guaranteed a berth in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, won last year by Nearctic winner Regally Ready. The 4-year-old gelding by Speightstown was bred in New York by Dr. Lance Bell and was a $30,000 yearling. Next Question has earned $403,000 for 3 Diamonds Farm. To Belmont Park for the Grade 3 Knickerbocker Stakes. Last year's winner Boisterous, the even money favorite. Tom Durkin picks up the call.
Positions remain the same as they move for the far turn. Stormy Lord on top. On the outside, Tumbi and Bombagia down toward the rail. Boisterous and Barocci still together. Skyblazer running on strongly. Skyblazer wants to go. Still on hold, but Skyblazer given a bit more rain. He's made a big move there on the far turn. And C to be at the back of the pack. Midway around the far turn with 3 furlongs remaining here. 3/4 up and 13-4. Stormy Lord narrowly. Toonby in second. Skyblazer's now third on the outside. Bombagia just in behind the lead, and Barocci too. And Boisterous is only 4.5 from the front than C to be. They're at the top of the stretch. Stormy Lord trying to fight off Tune Me In, and Boisterous is cut loose, and here comes Boisterous gaining ground with every powerful stride. They are in the final furlong, and Boisterous sweeps to the front. It's Boisterous in front, Tune Me In, Stormy Lord, Bombagia in tight, C to B on the scene late. On the wire, it's Boisterous today.
Boisterous repeats as winner of the Knickerbocker by 2 lengths over C to B, who noses out Tune Me In for place. Jose Lescano aboard in 150-1. Third in the Grade 1 Manhattan Handicap in June, and a close second in the Grade 2 Arlington Handicap in July. The Shug McGahee trainee was coming off a 9th place finish in the Grade 1 Arlington Million. The 5-year-old horse by Distorted Humor was bred in Kentucky by Cynthia Phipps. A 5-time stakes winner in New York, Boisterous has earned $646,000 for Phipps Stable. Turf fillies and mares at Belmont Park in the Grade 3 Athenia Stakes. Ruthenia, the 6-5 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
The leader is still the underling, whose half was up in 50 1/5 seconds. Thundering Amelia has been tracking her throughout. From the back of the pack, Embar revving up now on the far outside. So midway around the far turn, the underling still in front. Law of the Range ranging up now on the far outside. Thundering Amelia is in between horses. Laughing is in behind horses. Embar's there on the far outside. Ruthania last at the top of the stretch, but cleared on the outside, and here she comes. They're coming into the final furlong now. Here comes Embar on the outside. Law of the Range, Ruthania and LaCloche, and they're both closing together. Down toward the inside, it's Laughing who's coming on the scene late. Laughing gets through an opening. Here's Embar and here's LaCloche. Embar and LaCloche as they come down to the line, and it's going to be LaCloche.
LaCloche by Adina Spring Stallion Ghost Zapper rallies from the back of the field to defeat Embar by 1 1/4. Junior Alvarado aboard in 145 flat. A restricted stakes winner over the course in July, LaCloche becomes the 8th graded stakes winner this year for her sire. The 5-year-old mare was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Phillips Racing Partnership, and is a half-sister to recently retired Grade 1 stakes-winning millionaire Winter Memories. James Toner trains both turf stars. LaCloche has earned $299,000. To Woodbine for the Grade 1 E.P. Taylor Stakes. European star Sioma, the 5-2 favorite. Dan Lizelle has the call.
Capitello leads it by a length to Stars to Shine, 50-2 for the opening half mile on the good going. On the outside, third is Vamo Al Galopiar. Pajera's down to the inside, third. Siuma still on hold in behind runners, 5th and 2 3/4 lengths off the lead. Next in line is a Trois Lunes in that orange Captain Barefoot Lady and a Dream Piece. Clear sailing for Princess Highway, who has a 7 to come. Then we have Kissable and Moment of Majesty, and they're inside the 3/8 pole. It is still Capitello, Stars to Shine, and Alex Solis is breathing down her neck as they come to the top of the stretch. Pajera is down toward the rail in the yellow, and set down on the far outside is a Trois Lunes, and coming hard now is Princess Highway on the far outside, and Dream Piece just shook loose, and here comes Dream Piece and Siuma. Siuma has taken a narrow lead. Dream Piece on the outside, and Pajera's toward the rail, and it's Siuma and Gerald Massey. Siuma roaring to victory to win the EP Taylor Stakes over Pajera, and Dream Piece with Kissable fourth.
Favored Siuma leads a parade of foreign imports, winning by a length and 3/4 over Pagera, who has a neck on Dream Piece. Gerald Massey aboard in 2:03 flat. The Irish-bred 4-year-old filly by Medician favored off her recent victory in the Group 1 Sun Chariot Stakes at Newmarket. Englishman Robert Jeffcock purchased the winner from the Aga Khan Studs consignment at a sale in France last December. Trained by Francois Dumas, Siuma has earned the equivalent of $861,000. Now to John and Joel for the TCI Minute, your inside track to the Breeders' Cup, presented by Northern Afleet, standing at TaylorMade Farm.
With just 3 weeks until the Breeders' Cup, this week on TCI, we begin diving into each division and really looking at the replays of these major preps and deciding who we think have the best shot of really impacting the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, absolutely, John. We have the benefit of the big screen here, so we can kind of look at stretch runs of key final preps, determine which horses we think are sitting on big-time performances in the Breeders' Cup. You know, it's kind of like NFL film study. We can really do our homework here, see who we think are sitting on a big race, like I said, the first week in November.
Well, Joe, we're not just talking about winners. There may be horses that didn't even place in their final preps that we think are really poised to impact the Breeders' Cup.
Oh, absolutely, John. I mean, you don't want to fire your A-plus performance the first week in October. You want to fire it in the first week in November. So we'll take a look at horses trending up to that big race and other horses that are coming in off of disappointing performances. Horses like Amazami, who's supposed to be a standout in the sprint, now is very questionable.
All right, thank you, Joel, and thank you guys for watching. Make sure you come back next week right here on Thoroughbred Week.
Coming up, a 2-time winner of the Canadian International. It's time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Woodbine for the Grade 1 Canadian International. European import Imperial Monarch, the 9-5 favorite. Here's the call by Dan Lazelle.
They're off in the Pattison Canadian International. Imperial Monarch and Joshua Tree, along with Air Support, are showing early speed as they head up to the backstretch, and it's Joshua Tree who emerges from that pack with the early lead. Air Support prompts the pace from second. On the outside, Imperial Monarch is gathered back in the third position, and lay time is to the inside fourth. Then we have Dandino and the Forte de Marmi. Prince Will I Am is next. Scalo saves ground to the backstretch. Reliable Man is second to last, and Wigmore Hall trails his field. And they move into the backstretch, and Frankie Dettori is nursing the speed of Joshua Tree. And a foe is at his flank, and that is Air Support. Lay time hugs the hedge in a third position, and on the outside, Imperial Monarch's clear of trouble from fourth, 3 lengths off the lead. 51 2/5 of a second on the good going, and it's Joshua Tree up the backstretch, shadowed by Air Support. Lay time, the fillies down to the inside third. Imperial Monarch travels well in fourth and is 3 lengths off the lead. Forte de Marmi continues to save ground. Dandino is back sixth, has 4.5 to come. Then Scalo, Prince Will I Am, Wigmore Hall, the Northern Dancer winners, second to last. Reliable Man now trails Joshua Tree. playing catch me if you can as they head into the far turn. Joshua Tree, his constant shadow. Air support is just 3/4 of a length back. Lay time is stuck down on the rail and 2 lengths off the lead. Imperial Monarch and Ryan Moore are poised to make a move, and Prince Will.I.Am is coming with a mighty run on the outside as they come over to the top of the stretch in the Pattison Canadian International. Joshua Tree on the inside, and on the outside is Air Support. Prince Will.I.Am's flattened out just a bit. They're in the final 3/16 of a mile. Joshua Tree, Frankie Dettori is all over him, trying to get him home. Forte de Marmi shakes loose on the outside. It's still Joshua Tree. Dandino's closing weight. Joshua Tree on the inside. Joshua Tree has done it again. He wins his second Pattison Canadian International over Dandino and Forte de Marmi.
Joshua Tree scores by half a length over Dandino, with Woodbine-based Forte de Marmi third, a record-tying third victory in the race for European riding champion Frankie Dettori. Time of the race, 2:30 and 4, a 1:11 brisk speed rating. Joshua Tree also won the Canadian International in 2010, but was a troubled second last year. When he captured his first international, he was representing Coolmore and was trained by Aidan O'Brien. But he was acquired by Khalid Al Nabuda and Camille Albahu prior to last year's running and transferred to trainer Marco Botti. The Irish-bred 5-year-old horse is by Montjou. Joshua Tree has earned $3.1 million, including over $2 million in 3 runnings of the Canadian International. We'll have graded stakes action from Keeneland and Santa Anita, plus bonus coverage of undefeated European star Frankel going for his 14th victory in the Group 1 International Stakes from Ascot next week here on Thoroughbred Week. Thanks for watching.
Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson has been presented by Adena Springs, Bevins Motor Company, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, Gainesway, GLC 5500, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Lanes End, Malone's, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Sally Horse Vans, TaylorMade Farm, Turftown Properties, and Warrendale Sales. Online at tbredweek.com.